Hello everyone, so in this lecture we will be talking about how to crash website using DDoS. So before going into the demonstration part, let's go and learn about some basics about DDoS attack. So we'll be using slow loadis. So what is slow loadis? So slow loadis is a DDoS attack software that created by Robert Arsenic Hansen, and this software allows a single computer to take on the web server. So the attack is simple but elegant. That means that it does not require much bandwidth to carry out its attack. To carry out the attack on the server of the target web server with minimal or no side effect on other portion services. Slow release DDoS attack has been demonstrated to be highly effective against many famous web servers such as Apache 1, Apache 2, etc. In the last year, Solaris has been said to be the responsible for the takedown of many high-profile servers. A notable example is that it was used by Iranians hacktivists to attack the Iranian's government website after the Iranian president election. So let's talk about how this attack works. Slower is operated by opening defined connection to the target web server and leaving them open as long as it is needed. It does this by sending partial HTTP requests non-stop with none completed. The server then attacks the open further and connect the open, waiting for the connection to attack each request. At some interval, the slower sends successive HTTP header for every request, but never really finish the request. Eventually, the target server highest simultaneous connection pool gets failed and extra connection attempts are denied. By sending incomplete instead of malperformed packets, Solaris can conveniently slip by conventional intrusion detective system. Getting its name from a type of slow-moving Asian primate, Solaris gets the job done by moving slowly but steady. A slow-release attack has to wait for the release of sockets by legitimate requests before consuming them one after other. For a website with a high volume, it may take some time. The process can be further delayed if legitimate sessions are initiated again. But at the end of the day, if the attack has unresolved slow release, then it can go through like a tortoise and it will eventually win the race. If unmitigated or undetected, slow release attacks can also go on for long periods. When attack sockets timeout, slow release usually initiated the connection again, continuing the overwhelm of the web server until it's resolved. Made for stealth and efficiency, Solaris can be redesigned to send different host server if a virtual host of a target and logs are kept separately for each virtual host. More importantly, during an attack, Solaris can configure or suppress the creation of log file. The implication of this is to get the attack that can be unmonitored and also server off guard, without any red flags appearing in the entities of log files. So slow-release attacks can take place in couple of steps. So first, an attacker decide on the server to target. Then popular servers affected by slow-release including Apache, Verizon, Flask, and WebSense. The attack began by sending out partial HTTP request. The HTTP request never complete and then it tricked the server. As a result, the targeted server begins opening up anticipation for the HTTP request to complete the process. And then the HTTP headers are introduced to the traffic flow. And then the HTTP headers also got never completed. Eventually, legitimate connection become impossible, and the reason for this is that it constant flow of HTTP requests and headers that overflow or overload the connection pool. The IDS never noticed the issue occurring as a request or not, and at least in theory it's malicious. So before the sysadmin or blue team can react, the server is knocked out from the formation. So let's talk about now who are those attackers. So the motives of cyber criminals who use slow release are no different which from those who launch the traditional DDoS attack. So their motives are many and it vary, ranging from extortion, harming the competitors, etc. Then invade the political protest. So the goal, however, is always the same, causing the victim organization as much as damage possible. So the script is so easy to use that it doesn't need any prior technical advertise. Even you can do it, and I will show you how to do this attack in practically in our next lecture. So as I said, script is so easy and it doesn't need any prior technical advertise to initialize this attack. So who is impacted? So Snorris is primarily a threat to web server that use the threaded process and attempt to limit them to prevent running out of memory. So Apache servers that allow direct access to the internet are most of the time affected. So vulnerable system include Apache 1, Apache 2, DHTTPD, and also go ahead web server. So that's all of those are impacted using slow release. So finally, DDoS attacks, as I said, can be carried out not only with the large scale method such as huge botnet. All that need is slow release attack to single computer that continuously flood the server attack with a partial request, thus blocking harmless requests. So in a slow release attack, only the web server being attacked is still impacted and all other service remain unaffected. So the consequences of such an attack can be mitigated by specific configuration on the web server. Protection is possible, load balancer and web application firewall, and ensure that only complete HTTP requests reach the server that can successfully slow down slow release. So in our next lecture, I will demonstrate this attack, how you can use this slow release DDoS attack to crash or totally stop any website that you want.